is up, YouTube? We are back! And we're back with NFL Week 1 predictions! Are you ready to run through a wall? We're back, baby! Last year we had a week where we were flawless. Did you think we wouldn't have props this year? We're here for the best weekly against the spread and straight up money line picks all season long. I hope you're ready for this epic journey to continue. For this football season, we're going through game by game today, breaking down the spread, best bets, and who's winning every single game week 1. Let's get into it, man. Please smash like and subscribe button. Game 1, Eagles, Cowboys. So every single week when we get in here, usually we're going to start off, this is the record for the week. This is the record on the season. The goal, we want to have flawless weeks every week. Last year, we had one 16-0 week, the first time in history. Been doing this for 6 years. I'm in the trenches. I know what I'm doing. Game 1, Eagles are 6.5-point favorites at home versus the Dallas Cowboys. Now, an interesting fact you might not know. The Eagles have not faced Dak Prescott since 2023. Last season, Prescott gone. He's out. They faced Trey Lance. They faced the other backups, Cooper Rush, right? And they dog-walked them. 33-6. They put up 40 in the other game, right? So they destroyed the Cowboys in 2024. But one could say it was Mickey Mouse victories. CeeDee Lamb was even banged up too, right? So this was not the Cowboys' full offensive onslaught, especially now you have Prescott back, Pickens back. This game could potentially be competitive. Now, what I want to note is the fact that this is week 1. Now, the Eagles are the better team for sure. Now, Micah Parsons is a big storyline as well. Whether or not Parsons holds out, I believe Micah Parsons, he's probably not going to get a deal. You guys might know that when you're watching this. He's probably not going to get a deal by the time this game comes down. But I believe that Parsons will be there playing in week 1. So I'm making my pick accordingly. Now, with all of that said, the Eagles will win week 1 against the Dallas Cowboys. Thursday Night Football. Right now, we're about almost a week away. Eagles will win. Will they win by 6.5? That's where it gets scary. If you ask me, are the Eagles 7 points better than the Cowboys? The answer is yes. However, week 1, the games always start slow. The Eagles are also kind of a boring play style at times where they can just ground and pound the opponent. Can they put up a lot of points against Dak Prescott? With Saquon week 1, I think they can. So give me the Eagles by 6.5. Now, that's the spread. Now, the confidence level in that spread is not high. Let me tell you, I'm confident the Eagles will win week 1, but covering the 7-point spread, 7 points is a lot for a week 1 game. Game number 2, Chiefs at Chargers. Pat Mahomes is favorited by 3 points on the road against the Chargers. Honestly, I know a lot of people are saying, wow, the Chiefs are only favorited by 3. Now, let's get the Cyclops joke out of the way. Najee, where's Najee? I don't know because I can't see him and he can't see either, right? But Najee should be here for this game. Who cares? We'll get to see Amarian Hampton, Keenan Allen back with the Chargers, Ladd McConkey, no more shoulder injury. Justin Herbert, can Herbert revert back? He had kind of a down year last year. Can Herbert show us why he's dominant? Blah, 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 blah. Guess what? I don't care. Rashee Rice back and healthy. The Chiefs are mad coming off that Super Bowl slump. And guess what? Kelsey is engaged to Taylor Swift. Good thing I drafted him in fantasy. Now, I don't like the Chiefs. I'm an Eagles fan, obviously. This is no bias. The Chiefs, I believe, are the better team going into Los Angeles. Now, the Chiefs did have a lot of one-score wins last season. I've seen a lot of good arguments why the Chargers can win this game. This is one of those games where you kind of have to get right because it's so close to 50-50. I'm taking the Chiefs on the road. I think that they're just coached better. And I think that the Chargers have a lot of new pieces with Keenan Allen, Amarian Hampton. And really, the O-line injury is going to make me choose the Chiefs in this game. Game number 3, the New York Giants and Washington Commanders. Now, what I want to say here is I don't know what world people are living in. People are trying to tell me that the Giants should not be 6.5-point dogs and that the Giants are going to cover a 7-point spread. I don't get it. Mr. Unlimited. I get that, okay, Russell Wilson's up, quarterback upgrade, Malik Neighbors, blah, blah, blah. This Commanders team, people are sleeping on Washington. This Commanders team, I think, is going to, listen, it's a home game too. The Commanders 6.5-point favorites, it seems like a better pick, really, than the Eagles 6.5-point favorite versus the Cowboys. Now, Jayden Daniels looked pretty good in the preseason. Now, what you do want to look at is how did the Giants look against the Commanders in 2023? They actually looked pretty, or 2024, my bad. They looked really solid in 2024. So you got November 3rd, 2024. Commanders beat the Giants 27-22. You also have earlier in the season, September 15th was that week 2. Commanders win 21-18. 2 one-possession games. 2 one-possession wins against the Giants in 2024. Does history repeat itself? That's why the 7-point spread is a bit suspicious. You don't like to see it. You got the McLaurin contract extension. I'm going Commanders with the points again. So give me Commanders money line, and then the spread, I'm also going Commanders. But honestly, none of these spreads have been, grand slams. We're still waiting, and we're also going to get some sleeper picks. So make sure I'm not just going with the favorite every single time. Next game up, we're going to look at the Cardinals versus the Saints. Now, the Cardinals, this is where we're getting interesting. Cardinals are 5.5-point favorites against the Saints. Marvin Harrison Jr., year 2. Trey McBride only had 2 touchdowns last year. That number's going to go way up. Trey McBride, Marvin Harrison Jr., Kyler Murray, James Conner, healthy all season. The Cardinals are going to be so good. The Saints don't even know their quarterback. Is it Tyler Schuff? Is it Spencer Rattler? Either way, they're screwed. Olave's healthy. Shaheed's healthy. Shaheed looked all right in preseason, I guess. Kamara's healthy. Now, Kamara usually feasts early on. The first half of the year, when the Saints are trying, Kamara gets fed. Second half, he sucks. So Kamara props are probably a good bet for the first half of the year this year. But the Cardinals, 5.5-point favorites. That's probably one of my favorite lines so far. Give me the Cardinals with the points. We got Panthers at Jaguars. These are the 1 o'clock games. Now, the Carolina Panthers and Jaguars are 3-point favorites unless the spread has changed. Let's see. Nope, 3-point favorites. Now, Trevor Lawrence, ETN, Bashal Tutin, Bigsby. Honestly, I don't want to lie to you. Neither of these teams do I think are very, very good. I think the Jaguars might have a bit of a higher ceiling, but also the way Bryce Young looked last year at the second half of the year, Bryce Young was gaining some steam, gaining some momentum. I think either of these teams can win this game. This might be a game that I kind of want to stay away from it, but I will take the Jaguars, 3-point favorites at home. I just like Trevor Lawrence to win a game more than I like Bryce Young. Bryce Young still hasn't convinced me. He seemed a bit of a game manager the second half of last year, where I think Trevor Lawrence can flash, especially with BTJ. Who are you taking? BTJ or Ted McMillan? Ted McMillan hasn't played a single game in the NFL yet, so I'll take BTJ and the Jags at home. Buccaneers at Falcons. These NFC South games are always sweaty. It's always tough. It's always tough matchups. Bucks, I need a hammer. All right, that's my bad. I'm going to get a hammer as a prop next week. I guess for now, we're going to use a pencil. Bam! Smash the pencil, smash the hammer. Buccaneers 1.5-point favorites on the road. Godwin's out, McMillan's out. I don't care. Mike Evans is probably going to have 2 touchdowns. This Buccaneers team will beat Atlanta in Atlanta. Now, the Falcons fans always show up in the comments and at the stadium. You got Penix. In my opinion, this is debatably Penix's rookie year. Penix barely played last season. Now, the reason I don't like Atlanta as much is because Atlanta, Money Mooney. We suspiciously have not heard much about Mooney. It sounds like maybe he's back for week 1. Then they were saying, we hope to have him back at some point in the season. Whether or not Mooney's there is definitely a big part of where this spread might even shift higher. But also the Falcons' O-line is a bit banged up at the moment as well. Right tackle position up in the air. Buccaneers, 1.5-point favorites on the road. I'm taking that all day. It's my favorite pick of the week. Steelers at Jets. The Steel Curtain. Where are the Steelers fans at in the comments? Where's the Steelers wide receiver 2? If you guys are a Steelers fan, let me know who the Steelers wide receiver 2 is, because Roman Wilson, Calvin Austin, that ain't it. But the Steelers are 3-point favorites here on the road against the Jets. Aaron Rodgers, Justin Fields. Revenge game. You can't say that either one of them has more motivation than the other, because they're both motivated. But you have DK Metcalf and Aaron Rodgers. You have Fields and Garrett Wilson. You got Fields' legs, and you got Aaron Rodgers' lack of legs. This is a true toss-up. The one main factor here, better coaching, better consistency, better defense. I think all 3 of those things go in the Steelers' favor. Steelers -3. Gotta ride that out. Bengals at Browns. I know we're going with the favorites, boys, but we're going with the spread as well, so hold me accountable. Bengals, 5.5-point favorites on the road. You might be thinking to yourself, You've probably heard other people say, oh man, the Browns, the defense is insane, which you're right, the defense is very good. The Bengals, they start off slow in the Zach Taylor era. Oh my God, the Browns are actually going to cover the spread. The Browns might even win. Joe Flacco, he can pass the ball. The passing attack will thrive. And Njoku's healthy. Judy's healthy. They're cutting Deontay Johnson. Clearly, they think the receiver room's insane. Better running backs. Is Junkins going to play? Let me know in the comments, please. I don't give a damn. The Bengals looked so nice in preseason that I'm convinced this is the year things start differently. I'm convinced the Bengals go on the road, probably give up 33 points, but I think they score 40 and they win by 5.5, cover the spread. It's a sweaty pick. It's a risky one, but I'm going with it. Dolphins at Colts. Now this is where we get the first dog. Bark, baby, the dogs on the road. You might be saying, who's the underdog in this? It's Miami. Miami is 1.5 point dogs going to Indy. Danny Dimes, Daniel Jones versus terrible timing Tua. This guy's brain is probably on its last legs heading into week 1. Now, with that said, the Achane injury is scary. Jonnu leaving is scary. Tua's health is always scary. The Dolphins with Tua, with Tyreek, with Waddle, I think are just better than the Indianapolis Colts. Now, the Colts do have a solid defense. The Colts offense, they have good skill position players all the way around the board, except for quarterback. Now, this is really reliant on Miami starting off strong this year. It's a bit scary, but I'm going with the dog somewhere, and Miami plus 1.5 feels like the best game to do that. Raiders at Patriots. This is a game I also want to stay away from. As we speak, there's Jacoby Myers trade rumors, and if Amari Cooper is the wide receiver 1 starting the season, pack the bags. Now, the Raiders are 2.5 point dogs here on the road. Patriots, 2.5 point favorites. We don't know. We haven't gotten confirmation that Diggs is playing week 1. Keep that in the back of your head. Assuming Diggs is there, you got Travion Henderson, who's looking insane. You got Drake May heading into year 2. I think Drake May and Geno Smith, it might be a wash. Honestly, I think Geno Smith's probably the better passer, but Drake May might have more, I don't know, it factor. You're reaching for straws. Both these teams, they suck. They're both trash. I don't know why the Patriots win total was like 9 this year. They're probably winning less than 9 games. Let's be real here. So I'm going. I need the perfect week. And this is going to sell. This is where we lose. Whoever I choose in this game, the other team's going to win. It's in New England. But screw that! The Patriots fall. Get the dog mask out. The Raiders go on the road and win. Cover the spread +3. Raiders +3. It seems like a solid spread. Geno Smith, I just think Geno Smith is a better passer. You got Brock Bowers. I forgot. I don't give a damn. Leave. Jacoby Myers, leave. Brock Bowers season. Ashton Genty. I'm going with Las Vegas. We already talked about the Giants and Commanders. Titans at Broncos. The Titans. Remember the Titans. And then forget them, because they are 7.5 point dogs. 7.5 point dogs here. The worst spread of the week in terms of points. The Broncos are 7.5 point favorites at home. Now, rookie quarterback, week 1. At elevation, Denver's defense, rest in pieces. I don't care how Cam Ward looked with Calvin Ridley and Elite Guy Monitor in preseason. I don't care. He did look good. Bo Nix also had 100 passing yards, 2 Cortland Sutton in 1 quarter. Rookie quarterback elevation, he's going to get stomped. Now 7.5 points again. Week 1, these offenses usually start out a bit slow, a bit sluggish. So that's a scary spread. I will shift it myself manually, and I'll take the Broncos -7. -7, I said. 49ers at Seahawks. That was also a 4 o'clock game. We got 49ers at Seahawks, another 4 o'clock game. And this is where I also think it's a bit of a toss-up. Now, Seahawks are home. They are 2.5 point dogs at home. McCaffrey's healthy. Kittle's healthy. The receiver room is completely dead except for rookie Pearsall. Brock Purdy is a good quarterback, and I really do think that Scam Darnold can come in here and scam the 49ers and get the win at home in his first game. Sam Darnold threw 40-plus touchdowns. He was a QB9 finisher in fantasy football. He was lights out in fantasy. He was actually a very, very good option, especially in best ball. I think Sam Darnold can have a solid season this year. It's just hard for me to bet against the first time we've ever seen Christian McCaffrey healthy. I think the 49ers get the win here on the road. A 2.5 point spread, it's fine. Again, not my favorite game to be betting on. We've picked 2 underdogs, and we're going to have to do Lions at Packers. We're going with the Oh, wait. They're not the underdog. Get baited. The Lions are 1.5. Let me just... Hold on. 1.5 point underdogs, the Lions. Jordan Love's finger is debatably hanging on by a thread. I'm kidding. He's fine. The Packers receiver room, on the other hand, is not fine. Romeo Doubs was just again talked about being cut, and now he's heading into week 1 as the wide receiver 2. I'm pretty sure Reed's banged up. Dontavia Wicks is trash. Christian Watson's dead. The Packers are a good team. The Packers, debatably, they're going to be able to hang out in this game. Now, the Lions are just good. The Lions are coached good. Head coach. OC, that's where things get a little sus. Ben Johnson's gone. What does that mean? I don't care what it means, because when Isaac Tesla comes out, your wide receiver 3, technically wide receiver 5, and has 150 yards with 3 touchdowns in 3 games, in 3 quarters. Isaac Tesla is going to the moon, mark my words. This Lions offense is top 5, top 3 in the league. The Packers, I'm not convinced that they're there yet. The Packers can maybe convince me that they're top 15, that they're maybe top 12, maybe top 10. But I need to see it with my eyes. Now, this is why I like Detroit. Now, I get it's in Lambeau Field. I get the Packers fans are all going to be there with the blocks of cheese. Give me the Lions. And in fact, I know they're 1.5 point dogs. Give me the Lions minus 4.5. Set my own spread, baby. Texans at Rams, the final 4:30 game here. So this is one I want to stay away from. The Matthew Stafford news alone is just enough to suss me out from staying away from this game. You have the Rams 2.5 point favorites here at home. Honestly, if Stafford's there, I do like the Rams. But can you trust him to stay healthy the whole game? 1 sack from the Texans, big D lineman. He could be out for the year. You never know. The Texans, on the other hand, you have a healthy Nico Collins. That's good. But Nick Chubb is not going to have a single rush over 14 yards. In fact, if you can bet that prop, go ahead and do that. This guy he's moving in slow motion. Woody Marks might not be a bad play here in terms of like getting a couple of receptions and maybe even in garbage time if the Rams go up big. I like the Rams here, not by much. Stay away from this game. Ravens at Bills. Are you ready for some football? Sunday Night Football. The Bills have the home matchup. Now, Bills versus Ravens is scary. Why? Because we're seeing a bit of a rematch. Now, early on in 2024, what happened? The Ravens smacked the Bills 35-10. Can history repeat itself? Well, history, that was early in the year, and I know we're early in the year this year. The divisional round, the Bills defeat the Ravens 27-25. Technically, it was rigged because they didn't get that conversion. Now, I get it. It was rigged, but who cares? The Bills, I believe, can beat the Ravens again at home. Now, this is a true toss-up game. This is one of those ones where, are you feeling lucky? Let's say you need a 4th leg of your parlay to double your odds. Enjoy Sunday Night Football, man, because this is gonna be crazy. This is gonna be like a wild one. Lamar Jackson, if he is dialed in, you're toast. Josh Allen and the Bills. I honestly think that the Ravens have a better chance at winning, but I think the Bills can more so manage the game. Like the Bills have less they need to do to win. More so, the Bills defense just can't lose them this game, if that makes sense. With all that said, let's get crazy. Let's go with the Ravens on the road. Ravens 1.5 point dogs. I'm going Baltimore. I need four underdogs this week. Final game is going to be Vikings-Bears Monday Night Football. The Vikings are 1.5 point favorites here on the road. J.J. McCarthy's first ever game. Jefferson's hamstring. Surely he's healthy. Ben Johnson will be a good coach, but it ain't going to start now. This guy's already chewing out his players for being trash in the preseason. I think that as of right now, the Vikings have to have the better offense, right? You got KOC as the QB whisperer too. I'm going Minnesota. And if Caleb Williams wins, for RIP. There it is. Every single game predicted for this week. NFL Week 1 predictions. I'll see you boys September 4th. And go Eagles. And hopefully this is the week. Let's go 16-0 this week. And then just, relax the rest of the year. Smash the like and subscribe button. Thanks for watching.